I'm really grateful. I know it sounds cheesy to say all this, but I'm grateful with season, and God's blessed us with a really good one because it's been up and down and all this and that. And so I think a lot of these teams, you heard it last night at the banquet, how Malloy or Carson Newman, there was a lull or whatnot. And so there's probably 40 other teams that could have been here throughout the country, and those teams made a decision to sort of, plop out. So it was great that these girls didn't, and they fought. I'm a big believer in experience, and I think it reigns supreme. And so I think that Regis' experience, and this is the program's first regional title, and I think it sort of unfortunately played a part in how the girls handled their emotions, because we sort of backslid in some of the things that we do in execution. But it's sort of a rite of passage, and people have to understand that. And I'm happy for the girls, and the girls that have experience left, because now they understand there's something outside of regionals, there's something outside of beating Tampa and Barry, and this great experience. And then I'm happy for these girls, especially these two up here, because she's been here for 4, and Fitzi's came in the last 2. They get to take something back that I don't think many people thought was achievable. So there's a lot of positives right now. I'm real happy, but you shouldn't be. But I don't like how we played per se, but we were how Regis was last week, and it's you gotta keep doing that every weekend in the playoffs. So they did great, and then the last part is you do this long enough. Half these we all know each other, the coaches, and so you end up being happy for these other teams. You root them on, and so. But this is a great year.
Regis just executed really well. Hit 400 plus. How much is that them just being hot, and how much is maybe some things you wanted to do that you couldn't?
So us and the coach was talking at the end, and the way they played tonight, and then what we are not wishful thinking, but normally able to do, they would be hitting 250, 270. But the way they were playing tonight, I could see them ending up edging us out in the 5-setter. If you really think about everything. I also know what we normally do, and the nerves got to us. And we told them that is in regionals, it's personal. It's everybody knows each other. You get it done. And at the championships, it's very sterile in Division II, and so there's not that edge. There's not that thing getting you in the back about wanting to beat that team. And so you sort of have to respond a little faster. And so they did. So I would say as a big portion was us, but I don't want to take anything away from them. They played amazing. If they play like that tomorrow, Bernardino may have a loss. So they did great.
Yeah, for the players, what did you think about your experience, and just as far as the match itself went, what you like, and what could you have done better?
I think we came into it confident, but then we were a bit starstruck, and we hustled, but we didn't completely put ourselves out there, I would say. This is just such an amazing team. Everyone's so close, everyone's such a family, and it's just so cool to play with everyone on this team.
Yeah, it was a great experience. I think when I came here my first year, every year we lost in regionals, either first round or second round. Last year we unfortunately lost against Tampa. It was just amazing. Made it till here, because we found ourselves in some positions that we thought we couldn't figure out, but we actually did. I think we grew so much as people, as person individually. And we were actually talking about it in the locker room right after the game, and we were right now it's gonna we're all gonna think about the negative part. We just lost, but we have won so many things during the year. We have won not only games, but we just won battles with ourselves. We had so many things that went on with the team during the year, and we were always there for each other. Fitzi is actually my roommate, so we were 24/7 together. And we went through a lot, and I just have to say that it was amazing, knowing these people, all the coaching staff, athletics, everyone at San Leo is really close. It's a really small campus, and I think we found family there, and we're so proud of ourselves of leaving a mark. And yeah, it was great. Let's look at the positive right now.
I guess talk about leaving a legacy for everyone else. I mean, you're seniors, but you have a team behind you that's going to come back next year. What are some things you'll say to them? And Coach, you can talk about how experience for them being in here in this type of environment can help them in the future and maybe take another step.
So, directly thinking about how spring goes is that, so when you, and this is not just me, this is when you talk to a lot of coaches, is when you take over a team, no matter how good or what, and you sort of heard the story about Malloy, or I think it was Malloy talking to their kids about how they were like 6 and something just a couple years ago, and I was talking to their players at breakfast this morning, is the kids are going to believe you so much, right? And then you're pushing too hard. This is unrealistic, and you're like, no, I promise you, this is out there, right? And so there's a buy-in, but there's a little hesitation because they have to experience it and see it, right? So the mark is two things: is we made massive changes in such a short time, like since August, okay? Yeah. But then, like the young kids, like for instance, Skylar played today, and the nurse got her. She's a way better setter than that. But it's simple. Like, no, and I mean this in a good way. No, now you know I was telling you, like, right, that's out there. And if you want that, you're going to have to do this in the off season. So the legacy leaving is and it stinks always for the kids that left. It's a big deal, okay? But it gets better faster in a way because now half the battle's about buying into what the coaches want or to do because now they know. Does that make sense? So you always need that stepping stone, and the girls create stepping stone, and that's the toughest thing to do, especially in our region. So so the legacy is big. They just had the first ever conference championship in '09, so it's celebrated, and so softball went in '08, and so once you do that, you can see it with the program. The kids, it's more business oriented when the coach is talking with them. So we need to keep sort of like these girls are great, and like the personalities and like the funny thing. Like last night we found out our TV in the team room, you could draw on it. So we drew Christmas, like snowmen and fireplaces and trees, and we had a drawing battle. So we need to keep that, but then also like, okay, this is what we want to come back. Okay, now we know. So, and that's why you have repeat offenders here, like Bernardino and all that, and Tampa, is because now they can't hide from the fact about they know what to expect.
Sure. And for the players, you have to talk about, leaving that legacy for the next round of kids that are going to come in and do similar things or even better.
I think this year we set a high standard for like working hard and what to expect from the team. And the thing that we told our freshmen, sophomore, and juniors is that being a team is way more than just being a team in the gym. And when I came in as a freshman, we were not this tight. Like we didn't know everything about each other. We didn't know how to handle each other on the court sometimes. And I think we grew a lot. And the thing that we ask all the players that are going to still be here next year is to like keep going with this thing and keep pushing each other and being close to each other, because I think that's what get championship, and I believe they really can get one. Fitzi?
Yeah. I think that's I don't know. I think the teams just come so close together throughout this year, and it's just going to keep on growing like a family. And just as we know that we can like achieve this goal, like next year they're going to be able to achieve maybe this goal again and then keep on going, and we're just going to grow the program.